Hello, I'm Annette Young and welcome to the 51%, a show about women reshaping our world. Coming up, we take a look at the hellish commute for Cambodia's garment workers who are predominantly women risking their lives travelling either to or from work. Also, the growing popularity of so-called dirty theatre in Pakistan, whose female performers face marginalisation in a highly conservative Muslim society. And a mid-career change for something totally new might seem like a half-baked idea, but increasingly women in France are doing just that and finding a sweeter career path by retraining as bakers. But we begin in Cambodia, where close to 700,000 people are employed in the multi-billion-dollar garment industry, the majority of them being women. And just to get to work can be highly risky, with tens of thousands of garment workers piling onto flatbed trucks for a cheap but hair-raising drive to factories.
Night and day, Cambodia's textile workers risk their lives to get to work. For many, the only affordable means of transport is the back of an open truck. They pay drivers $10 to $20 a month for the perilous ride. One study shows trucks involved in at least 12 crashes a day, leaving dozens of workers dead and hundreds more injured every year.
I feel frightened as I see accidents often. We're always worried because we risk our lives on these roads.
Cambodia's garment industry, worth $7 billion a year, is the country's largest employer. 80% of those workers are women. After years of organizing, wages are slowly going up, but not enough for workers to avoid risky compromises, like being packed in for a ride with up to 70 others, twice a day. This in a country where road accidents are a leading cause of death, and the problem is only getting worse.
Some trucks are old, so we often see models with broken steering racks or brakes. Some drivers are a bit reckless or drink and drive, and others understand little about traffic rules. All these things mean accidents happen often.
Last April, an especially violent crash captured public attention. 5 women had their arms torn clean off when the truck carrying them collided with a cement mixer. Injuries that left those women unable to work, costing them the precious little income they depended on to support their families.
To Pakistan now, and one of the most popular forms of performing art is so-called dirty theatre. A number of venues in the province of Punjab offer these vaudeville-style plays, which include both vulgar dialogue and erotic references. And more often than not, it's normally followed by a sensual dance performed by women. But our team on the ground report how, in a highly conservative Muslim society, both these productions and their performers are very much stigmatised.
Lahore is the cultural capital of Pakistan. Cinemas still bear the traces of old blockbuster films, but the industry has been in disarray for more than 20 years due to lack of state investment. Around midnight, however, the Mehfil Theatre attracts a large audience of men. It offers what's known here as dirty theatre.
We came here to check out the atmosphere. It's the first time we've come. It's a new experience.
The plays are full of edgy jokes and misogynistic dialogues, a paradox in Pakistan, a deeply conservative Islamic society. A performance is never complete without a sensual dance performed by actresses, some of whom have risen to national stardom. In Lahore, these actresses earn more than €600 a week. It's more than the average salary in Pakistan for a year of work.
I like this place because it's helped me gain a name, respect and money. Still, I believe the true role of a woman is to cover herself and stay at home with her family, rather than being on stage and degrading herself to entertain people or to dance. We do earn a lot of money, but that doesn't mean we're free women.
Far from the lights of Lahore, in the conservative city of Faisalabad, other actresses pay dearly for choosing this profession. For much lower wages, some, like Miss Barana, regularly face attacks by certain spectators. Misbah's family occupies this one-room apartment in the poorest area of the city. Outside, their community rejects them.
When I decided to join the theatre, my family abandoned me. We've had to move several times. Because of my job, many people mistreat us. In the street, people will sometimes point at me and shout, "Hey, look, here comes a prostitute." That's why when I'm in the street now, I have no makeup and I wear a burqa for my own safety. What good is this job if it's to lose all respect from people?
My wife wanted to be an actress, so I supported her in her choice. When my family found out, they insulted us. But I replied, I told them, the day will come when you will realize that an artist is also a human being.
The industry itself is booming. In Faisalabad, 7 theatres offer these comedy plays.
It's a good business, but it also requires a lot of investment. Yet it's clear that our industry is thriving these days. Ticket prices depend on the actors. For the most part, our public is made up of middle-class men, and I'd say 95% of them are sexually frustrated. Our shows could not work without our actresses. No one comes here to watch men. You can see men in the streets, but women?
The government of Punjab advises actresses not to reveal too much cleavage in the name of Islamic morality, a rather light censorship, given the same government prohibits dance lessons in public schools.
Most people only come here to watch the dances. We live in a society with double standards. Yes, we come here to watch these women, yet we'd never accept them as they are in our own homes.
Here in Islamabad, these theatre enthusiasts have converted a poultry farm into a performance space.
Right now, vulgar drama, which is cheap quality and misogynist, is booming. The problem, of course, is that the public is now used to this kind of theatre, and it's affecting the general behaviour of people towards women. Because of them, it's become so difficult to find women to act in our plays. For the state, vulgar drama is beneficial because it's designed for people not to think freely. If they had to censor one style of theatre, they'd censor ours, not theirs.
While dirty theatre thrives, other artists and intellectuals denounce the ever-present censorship in Pakistan, a country where freedom of expression remains particularly fragile.
Here in France, increasingly more women are getting their hands on a different kind of dough. The rise of the female baker is well underway in the country, with culinary schools reporting an increase in middle-aged women leaving their old professions to make their bread in a rather different way.
Eyeing her technique, you wouldn't guess Aurélie Ribet has only been a baker for 2 years. After working in the banking sector for over 2 decades, she decided she needed a change, throwing herself into the traditionally male-dominated industry.
What I like to do is to work very gently, not working the dough too hard. I make a fold like this, and then I roll. I don't know if it's particularly feminine, I don't think so. But I see a lot of men kneading too hard and, in my view, ruining the dough.
The prestigious hospitality school, Ferrandy, says there are more and more women entering the field. And figures show French women are discovering the joys of bread making later in life. In 2019, only 5% of those taking the high school level professional aptitude course for baking were girls, but 45% of students in the adult retraining course were women.
It is a macho field, but I haven't really felt the negative effects. There are those who think that having women is it's ridiculous or it doesn't make any sense. But those people, well, I have no contact with them, so it's not really a problem.
Further south in Marseille, Nicole Bagdiguian-Weber also swapped computers for bread ovens. The 58-year-old opened her completely organic bakery last year. Asked why women are becoming bakers as a second career, she points to society's expectations of what men and women should do.
To think that it's not a profession for women is wrong. There is no profession that's not for women. It's not because it's physical, it's because it takes time. Women have endurance. They pride themselves in doing a good job. And the bags of flour are 25 kilos. We can carry a bag of flour. We have carried children weighing 25 kilos. So honestly, it's not an obstacle.
The only negative in Nicole's career change, the lack of support from banks and institutions. She says no bank wanted to back her. In the end, she opened her business using her own savings.
And that's it for now. You can also connect with us via our Facebook page, that of course being France24.51%, or do send us a tweet at _51%. So until our next show, bye for now.